Is this thing on?
I think it's on. I think you pushed the red button.
Oh, Francine, I see the red light. We're talking to the children. The children can see us.
Hello, children.
Hi, children.
Kindergartners, this is a big day for you.
You have been going to school for 100 days. Can you believe it?
You have learned so much, and this is such a fun day to celebrate 100 days of school. Now, my name is Francine, and this is my best friend, Florine. Now, Florine, tell the children when we met.
Oh, we met in kindergarten. We were just like you in a kindergarten class, and we met, and we've been friends for so long.
For so long, because guess how old we are?
What's the reason that we were invited to talk to you today? Actually, to be honest.
That's true, because it's the 100th day of school.
And we are
100 years old.
Yes, we are.
We did it.
We did it.
We made it.
And we're here to tell you all about what life was like for us when we were growing up 100 years ago. Some of the things are the same. Some of the things are different.
We did go to school just like you, but there was no carpool line. There were no buses. We walked to school and rode our horses to school.
That's exactly right. We did. And we didn't sit in desks or tables like you. We had these desks just like this.
You see?
That we would sit at. See, you would sit here and you would write on the desk, in back of the desk in front of you.
Yes, they were all lined up, and that is how we sat at school. We did not sit at tables like you guys are doing.
That's right. And do you remember that we did not have crayons and pencils and pens?
We did not have those
We
things.
had quills, which was like pens that you would dip in little ink pots.
Yes, I loved my ink pot. I could dip it in there just enough to get some ink on it so I could start to write my ABCs.
Do you remember when Larry Withers took the ends of your pigtails and dipped it in that ink pot?
Oh, my mother was
my
so
word.
mad at me that
It took
day.
forever to get that out of your blonde hair.
Oh, my goodness, that
Oh,
was,
my.
yes. Oh, I do remember
But do you
that.
remember then that sometimes we used chalk and we had our own little chalkboards. We had our own little
yes.
slates
Yes.
that we would write, and oh, how that chalk would squeak
Squeak.
sometimes.
Oh,
It would
squeak.
hurt your ears.
You know what? I want to show them our school
Oh, let's
picture.
do it.
This was not in the kindergarten. This was when we were a little bit older, but this was our class. You see, can you find yourself on there, Florine?
Oh, I do. I see myself, and I see you with the bow in your hair right there.
Oh, my
We were
goodness.
so cute.
You know, back then, there were no colored pictures like there are today. There were a lot of things that were so different back then.
But I have to tell you, children, just so you know, we did wear colorful clothes. You just didn't show up. When you see these
just can't
old-timey
see them.
pictures in black and white, really, I think you had on a yellow sweater that day.
I think so.
This boy always loved to wear blue. We really did have colors in our clothes. It just doesn't show on the
Yes,
pictures.
that's right. That is right. Let's talk about our favorite toys. Do you want to?
I love it. Can I show your doll that you let me
my
borrow
goodness,
sometimes?
My baby doll Gertrude.
Oh, yes. Do you remember your
I
father sent
loved
all the
her.
way to New York City for
Oh.
this doll?
That was the most special doll. I got that doll when I turned 7 years old.
Yes.
And you know what, children? She was so special to me. Do you have something, you know, a doll or a car or a bike, something that's so special to you that you love so much? That is how I felt about my baby doll.
That's right. But she was very generous with it. I didn't have a doll, and she would let me take it home and sleep with it and borrow it sometimes.
Yes, because it's always good to share. Even
exactly
100
right.
years ago, we were taught to share, and we still share.
That's right. It's very important. Remember those other games we loved to play? Kick the can.
Kick the can. You know, we didn't have a soccer ball.
No.
Or any of those fun things. So we would get a can, an empty can, and we'd go kick it around outside, just like you kids play with your balls and everything. We'd kick the can, and we would also play with these kinds of toys, this
Oh,
wooden horse.
Wasn't that your little brother's favorite
Oh,
toy?
yes,
It was
yes.
so neat because those wheels really could move.
They really
could
could. Yes, little
turn.
Herbert, he loved this toy.
Do any of you boys or girls out there have Hot Wheels? Those cool little
those are
cars.
so cool.
Those
Those
are
are
so cool.
fast.
This was like what we had. We didn't have Hot Wheels, but we had that cool wagon.
We had that horse and wagon. We sure did.
Speaking of horses and wagons, that's how we got around a lot of the time.
We sure did because, we didn't. My first car was actually a horse, And then as a little bit of time went by, we actually, both of us got to be around for the very first automobile.
That's
Do
exactly
you know
right.
what an automobile is? It's a car.
It's a car. Didn't look like the cool cars that you guys see on the streets today. Looked a lot like this.
It looked a lot like this.
Sometimes. Now, just the very, very fancy people in town had cars at first, but as we got older, they got more and more common.
They did, and they did not go very fast.
Oh, no.
These cars did not go very fast at all. If you were in this car, you would say, Mama, Daddy, go faster.
That's right. You didn't get anywhere very fast, so if you needed to go a long way away, guess which most people would take?
If you had to go on a long trip and your horse couldn't get you there and your car couldn't get you there, you would ride on a train.
Oh, here's our
Here's
train,
our train.
picture.
The train.
Oh, I got so nervous.
I thought I lost that
Francine.
train. Okay, there's the
Wow,
train.
isn't it pretty?
It is, and
It's
that was
such a pretty
big
machine.
adventure if you got to
Yes.
go on a train. And here's a picture of us sitting on the train.
You had a little compartment that you would sit in with chairs facing each other, and Mother would fix us a lunch. We'd bring a lunch wrapped in a cloth. We had sandwiches and snacks.
Yes, we
Yes,
did.
we did. And this is what a train station would look like. This is where we'd go catch the train. And you
Isn't that
can see
amazing?
from this picture that even when there was automobiles and trains, there was still people that had horses and carriages back then too.
Yes.
That's how some people still got around.
Yes, a horse and carriage, just kind of like our toy that we showed you.
Because technology was changing. It
We-
was.
did we even
We've seen
have
so many
technology?
changes. Remember our old washing machines?
Oh, yes. Children, do you recognize this? I bet you don't. This is a washing machine from 100 years ago.
Can you believe that? You would put the clothes in and this thing would turn round and round and wish and wash your clothes
Yes,
back
it
and
scrubbed,
forth.
scrub it.
Scrub and scrub.
Yes, it was so different. And what about the telephone?
Oh my goodness,
Oh,
our telephones.
The telephones were very different.
Have you seen anything like that?
Tell what this is? You see, this was a wall set of a telephone. And you would talk. You couldn't walk around your house.
No, see, it had a cord.
It's a cord.
You couldn't go further than that.
You didn't get to
You
go
put
outside.
this piece on your ear, and you'd have to talk
Talk
right
in.
into there.
The microphone.
And you don't see any numbers on there, do you? Well, that's because there was an operator. There was a person whose job was to sit there and wait. And you would pick up the phone and you would say, I want to connect to number 214. And they would connect you to number 214.
Yep.
It was very fascinating. And now, technology has advanced so much, I bet a lot of your mommies and daddies have cell phones.
Cell phones. You know, we have cell phones. We're working really hard on how to use the cell phones. My great granddaughter is so helpful with my cell phone.
Oh, yes, the kids. You kids know so
You
much about
kids, y'all are
technology.
smart.
You are so smart, and we're so proud of you for being in school. And we're so excited that we got to come and talk to you today.
We are. This was such a fun treat for us to get to do this, We have lots of grandchildren and
Yes.
even some great grandchildren. They're
Yes.
so special to us, and we just love children, and we are so happy we get to talk to you today.
Yes, and we have lived 100 years, and you have done 100 days of kindergarten, and that is so special. And I think your next activity, your teachers will tell you, but I think you're gonna draw a picture of yourself of what you think you would look like if you were 100 years old. So look at our hair.
Oh, I would have never thought this was
Look
how
at
I was
our
going to look when I was 100 years
wrinkles.
old.
We're still quite beautiful, if I do
Always.
say so. But we have loved talking to you today.
Happy 100th day of school from your 100-year-old ladies.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Now, how do I turn this thing on?
I think you're going to push
there
that.